Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Hearts of Iron 4 Honduras. And when we last left off, we built up our army just a little bit more. We have 4 divisions in the field now. Germany did their old Anschluss and has encroached on Czechoslovakia, so that is going okay. And then we also noticed that the United States was leading communists just a bit. Their election is in November of 40. It's July of 38. Will communism be more than 50%? Who knows? As far as us, though, we are working on our aviation effort. We have a few military staff in place, and we were working on fighter planes, the delay, and the field hospital. So we were building up a few of the motorized. We have 9 trucks in storage right now, which is awesome. And that should lead to enough support equipment, motorized, and manpower to give ourselves a field hospital in these 4 divisions, if everything goes to plan. Slowly and surely, we're learning all about the motorized. We're making 4.3 a week, so not bad. More than enough on weapons and support equipment, so just waiting on those trucks to come in. And they'll slowly trickle in as that field hospital is researched. We have plenty of Army experience to make that change, to give these guys a field hospital. So looking forward to that, as we don't have the manpower to just throw willy-nilly at El Salvador, who has 18 divisions taking attrition. That is nuts. Tell you, fascists, man, they just build and build and build. We do have 150 political power. Let's see if we can do anything worthwhile in the government. If we wanted to do partial mobilization, we need 25% war support, and we're only at 19. If we wanted to increase that war support and do some decisions here, war propaganda needs 50% world tension, and we're only at 32. So unfortunately, we cannot boost up and go to partial mobilization. Right now, we're on limited conscription, and if we want to do extensive, we would need to be at war with a gathered strength of 50% or more and 20% war support, which we're almost there. So if we wanted to increase our manpower, we got to be at war. So we were working on our aviation effort. So I'm thinking that the next decision that we make should be a light aircraft designer, just in case we want to do some light aircraft. We do have an air base with a capacity of 200 planes, so if we wanted to do such things as these, we could. But yeah, it's one of those things that we're just going to have to wait and see exactly what the world does. Does the world explode? What are our ultimate goals here? So in 4 days, the interwar fighter is done. Then 12 days, the delay is done. So let's think about what we want to do research-wise. We're halfway through 38, so any 1939 tech would not be conducive. We would be at a pretty good penalty if we tried to do that. But we might be able to boost up some infantry, perhaps. Let's take a look. So yes, indeed, our motorized infantry soft attack can go up. We can research some of the special divisions, but I'm not sure that it would come into play. We're 2 years ahead of time, massive penalty for that. But once we do get that, I think, see, that's the thing, we'll be researching weapons too after this in 1939. Let's go ahead and get the start on it. Only 52 days for that. And then in 7 days, we'll look and see if we can do anything industry-wise to sort of, help out our factory situation. We have good infrastructure. That's really good to see, actually, through these mountains. But I don't think we have any space for any more factories. We're building one civilian factory first. That's going to be done in December. Followed up right by a military factory that we have space for, and then a coastal fort, which can fit in any of our little counties here. So that is all well and good to see. All right, 1 day delay is done. Then we can take a look at our industry, shall we? See, can we do anything? It's 1938, 0.39 years ahead of time. Efficiency cap goes up. Construction speed and factory repair goes up. Factory output goes up. That would be huge. I like that. Yeah, we're a year and a half away from our next computer. As far as fighter planes go, I believe our aviation effort is going to give us bonuses as far as that's concerned, so I don't want to waste that. And 270 days, almost a year, to get that defense up. Do we want to splurge right now and do, say, more factory output and more factories in the state? Let's go ahead and give that a go. So 44 days away from our improved infantry equipment, which actually helps our motorized. Then 77 days away from our field hospital. That's when we'll be boosting up our divisions. And 152 days away from concentrated industry. And we are about 20 days away from our aviation effort to be done. And 95 days away from our fuel reserves getting done. And I think once we start putting down the field hospital, we'll be using a little bit of fuel. Keep in mind, one field hospital for 4 divisions isn't going to eat up a whole lot of fuel. We can have 57,000, I guess, liters of fuel. And I don't think 4 pickup trucks are going to be sucking down that much fuel. Speaking of which, we're up to 33 trucks now. That is, well, good to see. Getting that efficiency up as best we can. Yeah. Doing okay. Doing okay in the grand scheme of things. We don't need to reinforce anybody, so everything is just going into the stockpile. Still on track for a 19 December finish time in the civilian factory. Yeah, I don't want to spend any factories to trade. I want to build up the factories that we got, especially since we're researching some crammed industry. This may give us some more industry space that we can put down more factories, which would be fine. Yeah. If El Salvador declared war on us, we wouldn't stand a chance against those 18. That is for sure. What do we know about them? So they have 4 to 6 convoys. They have 6,000 to 11,000 manpower. Fascists can just pull freaking people out of nowhere. They only have 1 military factory, but that's enough to supply these 21 divisions. That is crazy. I wonder if they have just low-level stuff. They can't be building much with 1 factory. Even we have... How many military factories do we have? I mean, we've got 5. So we've got, you know, massive amounts of military power compared. Let's say Guatemala. How many military factories do you have? Just 1. All right. Nicaragua. Just 1. So, yeah. The 4th International. Trotsky's theories take the lead, laying the groundwork for the 4th International. At this rate, the nation will be plunged in civil war. Let's take a look at the old Soviets. All right, so, yep. All Union Communist Party with Joseph Stalin. 55 to 76 factories. 68 to 258 divisions. That is crazy sauce. How about Germany? Do we know anything about Germany? 45 to 80 factories. Nice. Aviation effort is done. So if we were to go down the next aviation, we could go fighter focus and get 2 100% research bonuses for the next couple planes, which is all well and good. We don't need them right now, so we might as well save the time and get them on the cheap. All right, 19 and 25 factories there, 22 to 92 divisions for old Neville Chamberlain. Has that grown? Oh crap, 44% in the Communist Party. I have a feeling by November 1940, we are going to see an election flip. Old FDR is going to lose that election to the Communist Party, and we're going to see the communist states of America. How's Quebec? All Democratic. Mackenzie King, part of the Allies. So, looking forward at potential wars, it doesn't look like the United States may be an ally if say the Soviet Union wants to do something crazy separately from the Allies, the United States will hit hard, which is crazy. How about Mexico? Pretty even Steven, 18, 20, and 9. So hard to see where Mexico is going to go, but they may stay unaligned through the next election. How is Japan? So Japan is totalitarian fascist. Moving across the lines of communist China. They really haven't made up that much ground. At last look, this is about as far as they made it last time. Yeah, so as we mind our own business, Japan is probably losing a crap ton. Let's look at some current wars. So only one war in the world. There's our improved infantry equipment. So we don't get the bonus to weapons too, but we're only a quarter of a year ahead of time. It wouldn't be bad to make our infantry punch a little bit harder, so we'll work on that. But as I was saying, our current wars, Japan has lost 112,000. China has lost over 1 million. I mean, that is crazy. It's a 10-to-1 ratio. All right, government change. Is there anything that we can do worthwhile? World tension is at 31, so it's not like we can do a decision to boost up war propaganda. And we don't need stability. We're at 65. That should be fine. We have maximum democracy support, so no need to do that. So just looking at our government, I mean, a ship designer is 150. Let's do a chief of the Air Force, and we'll do ground support for air superiority. And we have some air experience, so we can change up our fighter planes a little bit once we, if, in the event we start making fighter planes, of course. But that is a big if. So how's our field hospital? Less than 1 month away, and we will know what a field hospital is. Then we can put them on our divisions and get some hospitals in the field. Right now we have 78 trucks in the motor pool. So that should be enough to support these guys with the field hospital equipment that they need, with 986 support equipment to use for that. And then it's going to be an interesting hit once we learn what infantry equipment 2 is and we swap up that line, or those 2 lines that we got going to reinforce these guys. That will be a concerted effort, and we may move weapons up to the highest priority, of course, and get these guys set. All right, Czechoslovakia still is alive. Poland hadn't been declared on yet. What is Germany working on? An unknown focus. We could do encryption, decryption. Try to learn what everyone is doing. What's France up to? 57. 24% fascist. Is that changing? The next election is in May of 40. I don't see a big enough bump for the fascist party to elect a fascist France, but that would be interesting. Of course, nationalist Spain, 100%. How about Portugal? Staying pretty much out of it, 20% democracy. And Italy has about 1/4 democracy, but there are no elections, so that would have to be a coup to flip that. How's Turkey? A little bit democratic, not much to speak of. How about Iraq? So 20% fascist there. And Iran? Yeah, Iran just don't care. Saudi Arabia just don't care. Not a bit. Belgium. All right, so not a lot of traction for the other parties, so it looks like Belgium may be able to come to our aid. Denmark is looking good. Norway is looking good. Ooh, okay. Interesting change for Sweden, and Finland is just trying to stay out of it. Yeah, not seeing a big change out of the Soviet Union. And the United States, oh crap, yeah, they're 50-50 now. By that next election, in a year or 2, yeah, in 2 years, there's going to be an overwhelming majority of communists in the United States. That is going to be the big flip. And when that does flip, the United States and the Soviet Union may get really friendly with one another. Hey, Japan, you making any progress? What's up? 30% world tension. Yeah, it's still nearly a 10-to-1 ratio as far as losses. China is just throwing everything they got at them, and Japan hasn't made any progress. Communist China just by a little bit. There we go. That's our big boy. That's what we were waiting on. So we know what a field hospital is, and we could go straight into Field Hospital 2 if we wanted to. Trickle back in experience loss. Why not? If we're going all in with the Field Hospital, we might as well. So let's get this Field Hospital in the field, shall we? All right, let's train up our infantry brigade and add a field hospital. That's going to take 20 motorized per division, 60 support equipment per division. And then, oh, so it only goes up by 30. And then the manpower is a small increase of 500 manpower per division. So we will do that. And now reinforcements will be sent to the field. All right, so the motorized have all been delivered, waiting on that manpower. We have 1,200 people, and we need just a little bit more. We need about 1,000 more people for reinforcements. So slowly trickling in. Oh crap, officers revolt in the Soviet Union. It's a civil war. I was wondering what that stutter was. Parts of the Soviet high command have risen in revolt against Joseph Stalin. Russia declared war on the Soviet Union. So let's take a look at the battle lines. So Russia is just this little enclave right here. Looking at Russia, they are unaligned. Looks like they have 3 to 7 factories, 21 to 48 divisions. Soviet Union has 104 divisions to 177 and 51 to 74 factories. This civil war might not last long. This may have been a moot point, but certainly different. That's what I like to see. Oh, Italy joined the Axis. So the Axis is now formed. Germany is starting to feel a little bit strong. And we are going to see if Russia can push back on the Soviet Union. How far spread out are the Soviet troops? We've got some battles on the front. Russia is making a push, a concerted effort up front to Moscow. So that's going to be a big victory grab. But yeah, they're up against Mongolia and Tanatuva as well. It's not going to look good for Russia. I'm not going to lie. They may eke themselves out if they ally with someone, but it doesn't seem like they're sort of joined with anybody at present. So yeah, good luck, Russia. We'll see what happens with that. And that may boost up world tension enough to get some war support up. And like I said, in order to get our conscription laws up, we need to be at war. But our mobilization, if we have 25% war support, that's going to be a thing. If we wanted to increase our war support, we need 50% world tension. So if Russia loses the war or takes a lot of territory, I mean, they're spreading out. Soviet Union with the pushback. They're across the river, but they got a major river to cross if they want to get to Moscow. But that is going to be just something for them to figure out, I would say. Hey, there's our fighter plane. The fate of Czechoslovakia. Oh, so Czechoslovakia is no more. They just now have Slovakia. Has been declared independent. So Slovakia is fascist. Will probably join the Axis then. Oh man, it's kicking off now. Alright, so the doctrine effort. We can save on some doctrine. Infantry weapons and support artillery. Crap. We should have done that before. We'll go ahead and get that for our next batch of... So 36% world tension. Still not enough to boost war propaganda. Yeah, so that was only 5% boost there. So we have a little bit to go. So I think we can do one more decision while we can. Anti-submarine. Naval anti-air attack. Oh, we spent some of that political... Oh, we can do the decision. Promise of peace. That's what we can do. So more than 20%. It raises our stability. And war support goes down. No, we need war support to go up so we can get mobilization up. So, we're not going to do that. Not going to do that just yet. We're not going to promise peace. Not when we have more factories we can sort of dedicate to our cause once we get partial mobilization. Yeah, they go from 30 to 25, and then we get conversion costs and construction speed increase. And that's what we need going forward, I believe. All right, so 49 days away from our industry, 74 and 79. That'll be quick back-to-back. How is our reinforcements going? Slowly trickling in the manpower, it seems. Yeah, it's going to be... once all of our manpower gets put back in the field, we will do some basic training to top these guys off. So we're just waiting on the little bit of manpower we gain, I guess, each month to trickle in to help with those field hospitals. Now we have a decision. Let's do naval anti-air attack. A chief of the Navy. Air attacks from carriers. We're not going to be building any aircraft carriers, so convoy raiding, I guess. Does that give us a little bit of naval experience? No. Okay. So no naval experience. But sort of just filling out our cabinet as we can. We'll go till the end of the year and see what that brings. In the next episode, concentrated industry will be high enough. Yeah, we have plenty of trucks, plenty of support equipment and infantry equipment in reserve. Probably be swapping to infantry equipment too, getting that built up. And we'll be 1 year away from this election where the Communist Party is at 52% in the United States. So that is going to be a big change. And how is Russia doing against the Soviets? They're pushing out a bit. They're holding out okay. No, I think they're pushed further. Are they pushed further back? Yeah, it looks like the Soviet Union can fill gaps that Russia just can't. It's going to be one of those things that Russia is going to fall pretty quickly. Yep, Soviet Civil War. Half of Russia is already gone. Soviet Union has only lost half as many people. Yeah, Russia shouldn't have done that. But if that gets world tension up even higher, because Soviet Union beat down Russia, that can only help our mobilization. Getting our factory speed up and less consumer factories needed, all of that good stuff. And still waiting on manpower. That's like the biggest thing that we need for sure is our manpower. And we cannot do that until we are at war. Which hopefully we don't get involved with soon. We want to sort of build up and make this the best we can. But, I mean, with the communist states of America floating up there, with this fascist group El Salvador, probably going to join the Axis if I had to make a guess. But guaranteed by the United States. So will a communist guarantee a fascist if they want to join the Axis? That's an interesting conundrum. Don't know what the mustache is up to, but probably Poland, if I had to make a guess. We are 10 months away from the real-life start of World War II, September 1st, 1939. And it will be an interesting thing to see what happens here. Has Japan made any progress in China? Looking at the war? No progress. 1.6 million dead on the Chinese side, 227,000 dead on the Japanese side, and Russia is about to crash. And once Stalingrad falls, I bet it's only a matter of time. So, yeah, the Battle of Stalingrad is not Germany versus the Soviet Union. It's Russia versus Soviet Union. And it looks like the Soviets should be making short work. It's 30 victory points. I mean, this is probably the only thing holding on for Russia. But there is a new year. We are in 1939. 10 days away from more industry capacity and maybe some more research. 1939 research. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So an interesting turn of events. Oof, it's going to be an interesting few years, that is for sure. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you in the next Hearts of Iron 4 video. Take care.